Hey there! If you're looking for a fun and easy way to earn rewards, including cash and prizes, check out the link in the video description.
King Charles and Queen Camilla have led a silent prayer for D-Day veterans on the 80th anniversary of the Normandy landings at a poignant service in northern France. The monarch paid tribute to the remarkable wartime generation and spoke of his profound sense of gratitude to those who fought for freedom during the Second World War in an address to veterans at the British Normandy Memorial in Versailles. The emotional service saw memories from those who fought in Normandy read out, sparking tears from those in attendance, which included Their Majesties, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and French President Emmanuel Macron. Charles, along with President Macron, Mr. Sunak and military leaders laid wreaths of poppies at the memorial as Elgar's Nimrod was performed by a brass band in the background, with the national anthems of France and the United Kingdom also being played. The monarch looked emotional as he listened to singer Johnny Flynn perform Song with No Name in tribute to the fallen, while Camilla was seen wiping her eyes as actor Martin Freeman read a touching diary entry from one survivor who remarked, "It's because of the lads, who died, that I'm here today." Around 50 British veterans have made the journey over to France, down from 255 at the 75th anniversary 5 years ago, for a series of poignant events to remember those who put their lives on the line to liberate Europe from the Nazis. Mr. Sunak gave a touching speech at the event, saying that only by remembering can we ensure their sacrifice is never forgotten. As military planes flew overhead, Mr. Sunak led the audience of 2,000 people in giving the veterans in attendance a standing ovation. Schoolchildren presented veterans attending the UK's national commemoration event at the British Normandy Memorial in Versailles, France, with white roses while cadets waved flags. At the same time, an RAF band performed a marching display while Dakota military transport aircraft, widely used by the Allies during the Second World War, flew overhead. There was also an emotive performance by Tom Jones of his song, "I Won't Crumble With You If You Fall." Elsewhere, Prince William was pictured attending at Juno Beach, where thousands of Canadian troops lost their lives, along with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. At Versailles, Charles led 2,000 dignitaries, military personnel and veterans in paying tribute to those who stormed the beaches. 80 years ago on D-Day, the 6th of June, 1944, our nation and those which stood alongside it faced what my grandfather, King George VI, described as the supreme test, he said. How fortunate we were, and the entire free world, that a generation of men and women in the United Kingdom and other allied nations did not flinch when the moment came to face that test. On the beaches of Normandy, on the seas beyond and in the skies overhead, our armed forces carried out their duty with a humbling sense of resolve and determination, qualities so characteristic of that remarkable wartime generation. Very many of them never came home. They lost their lives on the D-Day landing grounds or in the many battles that followed. It is with the most profound sense of gratitude that we remember them and all those who served at that critical time. We recall the lesson that comes to us again and again across the decades: free nations must stand together to oppose tyranny. Speaking in French as well as English, he also paid his respects to the people of France, who suffered under Nazi rule during the Second World War and who fought for freedom through law resistance. Earlier in the day, a lone military piper played on Gold Beach to mark the moment the first British troops stormed the Normandy coast on D-Day 80 years ago today. Pipe Major Trevor Macy Lilly played Highland Laddie as he was carried to the beach at Arromanches on a Royal Marines amphibious landing craft flanked by service members at the exact moment the first troops waded ashore as part of the Normandy landings. Crowds gathered at the beach to view the reenactment, which harkened back to a lone piper who played during the landings itself and was never shot at, during a picturesque sunrise, a far cry from the cloudy and rough seas that welcomed 25,000 soldiers who landed on the same stretch of coast in 1944. Among those present at Arromanches this morning was Reform UK leader Nigel Farage, who joined others in Pai.